Hey guys, so today I had been meaning to make this video, but I couldn't film it during the week because of work and stuff, but I officially got my Invisalign retainers off, and now I'm just waiting for the permanent retainers that they'll be giving me, I think, for 3 months, which I'll wear them full time. And they'll just like monitor me, and then after the 3 months they'll check in on me, and then for another 3 months I believe I'm also supposed to wear it full time, and then after the first 6 months I will be wearing them at night for life. And to be honest, they did not tell us this when we were younger, so if you can relate, let me know down below. Like, were you told to wear your retainers for life? You know, when you were younger, like when you, like, I don't know, if you're like me and you had braces as a kid, did they tell you you needed to wear it for life? I'd like to know down below, because I feel like a lot of people who have had braces did not get told that. It was, I remember when I first had braces, it was wearing the retainer full time for the first year and then only at night for the second year. I was never told for life, so now it's a little bit different. I don't know if that's changed. So as I said, let me know down below, what was your experience? But this is technically my third go, and the process took a total of about 6 months or so, because I started in March and I was expecting to get 4 more retainers because I was number 10 of my second go. I initially thought it was only going to be 14 weeks, but I ended up having to do 10 more weeks because I had to, one tooth that was actually pushed out had got pushed back too far, and then they had to move it back a little bit or move it forward a little bit. So when I went in, I was expecting to get 4 more retainers, but they surprised me and basically said, you know, my little brackets were coming off and I'd be getting my final permanent retainers, which are supposed to be thicker. So this is what my teeth look like. And I will also insert some before and after photos that I requested from my orthodontist. They were so excited when I said, hey, you know, I'd like to have my before and after pictures you guys took because it's for a vlog. And they're like, oh, you have to be on YouTube. So they're really excited about it. But I'll show you guys my experience. But yeah, I totally did not expect just to go in that day. I think that's the only thing that kind of bugs me is they didn't really give much heads up. Like, or just in general, they don't really give much heads up to how long each appointment is gonna take. And I feel like, you know, if you're going in on your lunch hour or something like that, sometimes it's a little bit of a pain because it ends up taking a while. I think it took like an hour or so when I was there, because they did, I just thought I was gonna get my last 4 retainers, but they did after images, the like, not MRI, but they did the like, x-rays of everything, and so yeah, they sent me the pictures, and we're supposed to send in my new impressions with my straightened teeth to the lab so they could make the final retainers, and so they wanted me to come back the following week. However, I think it was the following week or 2 weeks. They ended up getting him in early, because initially I'm like, oh, I'm actually going to be on vacation that week. And they said that they would call me if they happened to get him in early, you know, so I could have him before I go on vacation. So I get the call. They said they had him in. And unfortunately, I couldn't do it on the day that I was, you know, before vacation, where I had off of work. I had to go on my lunch hour, which ended up being kind of a pain, because when I went in there, I was getting my retainers, which is 1 of 4. They were gonna give me the retainer, and they had like a little box and everything that was with it, like a little carrier case, all that good stuff. And they said, oh, here's your first pack. So I'm like, okay, go and open it. And I'm like, this looks really weird. So I opened I opened the retainers pack, and the retainers looked identical to the retainer I first started my Invisalign with. Why am I in that? Stop. So, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. These look like my very first retainers. Where like I could tell because the teeth like the mold like was like of my very original impressions, where my tooth was still kind of like overlapping. And she's like, oh wow, she's like, I think you're right. And so she went to see that they had, you know, to double check to see like which images they had sent over to the lab. Apparently they sent the wrong images over, so they got the wrong retainers. And it's weird because they took my pictures when I was there, like they did my new impressions, and somehow they got the old impressions from when I very first started sent over to them. So like it was the wrong retainers. Like, yeah, don't put that in because it's gonna hurt. So I didn't put it in. So now where we're at is she had to redo the impressions because I don't know, I guess they lost the photo or something that they took somehow. So she just redid it, sent it over to the lab, and unfortunately it won't come in until after I get back, or sometime. It comes in I think on the 17th or something like that, and I'll be on vacation during that time. So I just have to wear the retainers that they gave me right now, but the brackets have been gone for a little bit over a week. But just wear the retainers that they gave me before that have the little bracket impressions on them. They still have the little bracket, but they still work. Like they still fit on the teeth just to kind of keep them in place until I get the final retainers. So when I get back, I think it's like the week of Thanksgiving, that they scheduled me to come in and get my final retainers. So hopefully they have the correct retainers this time, because that was kind of a bummer and kind of a waste of time, because I'm like, that does not look right. So yeah, like that was kind of a bummer. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know. I think I mean, overall my experience has been pretty positive, but I also feel like they're a little bit disorganized. So I'm like, how did that happen? Like, how did they send over some old, I mean, they took my impressions when I was there, which is like a much easier process. Like before, you kind of would have to put your teeth in like this gummy stuff, but now it's like they have this wand that goes over your teeth that creates a digital impression, and they supposedly sent it over, but I guess they sent over a very old impression, and that's how I got the wrong retainer. So I will be going back in a couple weeks for my final retainers, and then I will have those for 3 months, and then at the 3-month mark they'll check up on me, which is actually kind of cool because, you know, after I got my braces off the previous couple times, they just give you your retainers and that's it. Like there was no follow-up or anything like that. They're like, here's your retainers, this is how long you wear it for, that's it. But now they're like, they give me, I think, 3 permanent retainers, and they monitor me for, well, not really monitor me, but like they have me come back 3 months later just to check up on things. And then I think after that, then that's it. So yeah, right now I still have to wear them full time just to make sure things don't shift, all that good stuff. But yeah, I am pretty happy with it. They had me like sign a waiver basically saying they're removing the little appliances. My husband, who's also doing Invisalign with me, he has to wait a little bit longer just because this is only his second time having well, yeah, technically second time having his teeth corrected, because he had braces when he was way younger. So he had to do this twice, and then he was able to do Invisalign this time. So his was a little bit more, not necessarily complicated, but his teeth were a little bit more worse off than mine. So he has to do it a little bit longer. But overall, like the Invisalign retainers correct your teeth, I feel like much faster compared to traditional braces. Like the teeth move a lot faster. His teeth already look so much straighter in 6 months, and I think he has to do it for about 1.5 years total. So I think he has another year or so to go. But yeah, so I just wanted to update you guys on where I'm at, my Invisalign journey. I ended up having to do it for a total of 24 weeks. So I'm pretty happy with it. They called my package the Invisalign Light package because I wasn't doing it for very long. So yeah, that's where we're at. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below like what your experiences have been. Have you tried Invisalign, braces? Like what was your experience? Have you had to have your teeth corrected more than once? I'd love to know. So let me know down below, and I'll see you guys in another video from soon. Bye!